The Covert team are fucked up. They're so fucked up, they think they're Black Ops operators. They use surveillance technologies, links to armed forces, mercenaries. Go back in history, realise how the Americans defeated the Iraqi soldiers, forced to school technologies, and think how they spied on Osama bin Laden, and now they've brought it into our communities, picking targets off one by one, week after week, year after year, depending on how long the targeting goes on one individual and their families. So with me and my family, it's been 16, 17 years, and we're still fucking carrying on, conspiring with the local community, conspiring with neighbours upstairs, downstairs, to the left, to the right, conspiring with housing association conspirators. And then the worst thing about it, it's all linked to the NHS, linked to healthcare, linked to mental health. They're all involved in this major conspiracy, bringing armed forces technologies into our communities. So this song's going out for the Covert team leader, his boys and girls and his broken minions. They listen to the song now, and I'm not even shouting, I'm not screaming, I'm not making no noise disturbance. Teach them a lesson for listening to people like me. We're so confident we'll never go off our tree, we'll never be broken down or go through a crisis, and that's why we're trying to social engineer. And so this song's going out to the Covert team leader, his OTT, he's going on like a warmongering fucking criminal. The Covert team are fucked up, they've given secrets away to a targeting system. It's not my problem exposing it all. They're trying to cover it all up by trying to detain people, even trying to detain pensioners who've done nothing wrong and lived their lives. Even my mother, she worked for Coventry Council, she worked for Coventry University Hospital, and we're still targeted her. So Covert team leader, this song's for ya. I'm coming out to destroy your career. You got OTT, you think you're Black Ops operator, you think you're MR5, you think you're MR6, and you brought your armed forces technologies to our communities, and you've been getting away with Coventry City for decades and generations, going back to the 80s to the 70s, ever since your psychiatry. So it started in Coventry. So the Covert team, they're fucked up in the head, they're psychological warfare enabled war criminals, they're twisted, they're a bunch of abusers, they're into voyeurism and into networking it all. That's why I call it the modern day Peeping Tom gang, exposing the modern day Peeping Tom gang, because the senior leader's so fucked up, it's insane, he has to go to prison for it all. So this song's for the targeting Coventry community, for the targeting Coventry Council, for the Coventry Police, for the broken CRD, the Farm and Sam gang and the armed forces connections, even the foreign legion mercenaries, they're all fucked up in the fucking head. They're watching me like Osama bin Laden, and watching them sent to my mother and to my brother. My brother's been missing for 6 months now, and I'm going to one call West Midlands Police Force to Coventry Police. Hey, it's in their hands. Hey, they didn't say, hey, they tried to cover it all up, and so that's why a lot of people have to go to prison for it all. This targeting system brutalises victims, survivors, and resistance fighters, freedom fighters. We're all in this together. We have to stop this system because we're killing humanity. And it seems like Agenda 21, Agenda 30. So covert operators, hey, time's got up with ya. You boys and girls have to go to prison for all. And we want to know who the senior leader is, who the structures are, who the covert operators are, who are networking to NHS England and to the sectors via Wi-Fi technologies. And we use Wi-Fi technologies to main people, to disabled people, and to blind people via REARRANGE. That's how fucked up the Covert team leader is. That's how fucked up the system is. And we want them on their knees. So just going out to the targeting system, to the targeting degenerates, to the targeting conspirators. We're going to prison as many of you as possible. And we want you on your knees, begging for forgiveness, and we'll never forgive ya. So bye-bye Covert team leader, bye-bye Covert operators. But we know you're going to carry on, because we know your leader's insane, and he's so clinically depressed, he doesn't know what else to do. So everybody, just listen to this song, just make it up the top of my head, because it's so easy. Why these boys and girls try to depress me, to try and cause psychological warfare, and think I'm going to shout out, or think I'm going to start crying, and break down on my knees. It's totally been reversed on them. The Covert team leader has to go to prison for all his Covert operators and everyone he's networked to, all over NHS England, to the UK police, to Europe, to around the world. We know universities and colleges, but they're networking to the brain initiative, to healthcare, to medical industry. That's how fucked up the leader is. So everybody, Hey, fasten your seatbelts. Hey, the journey is just beginning. As we take the Covert team down, dismantle the targeting system, and try and imprison as many of them as possible in the UK. So for the time, TRs around the world, have patience and keep it down. Hey, do not do anything stupid. Do not let them arouse your anger. Or honeypot trap you. Or whatever they think they can put into your head. Do not listen to them and be mentally strong. Like a true fucking Jedi. Like a true psychiatrist. You can keep it together. You just got to keep ignoring them and just laugh at them. Hey, when they try every day, eventually, hey, the wheels are falling off and we dismantle all the organisations. So Covert team leader, unit broken boys and girls, we're making sure you're communitarian. Your commentary conspirators and your commentary NHS and your healthcare workers and mental health administrators. We're going to imprison all of ya because they've been illegally criminal practicing around me and my mother, thinking to get away with hidden case studies and thinking to get away with research and make posters out of us. Hey, so that's what I've gone for the full hog. Got those various still projects going on. I want to all found and I want to make many of them as imprisoned because they're all dumbfounded. So everybody realise the targeting system is being exposed and the covert operators and the over operators and the people we're networking to, they're all fucked up in the head. They're the ones who got clinical depression. They're the ones who got OCD. They're the ones who think they can target people and think they can blow up. I want them on their knees. So covert operators have a bad day. They do the same strategies every day. We know your leader's got clinical depression. I warned you before. You have to hand them in. Hand your leader in. You have to shop your leader in to save your lives, to save your careers. So covert operators have a bad day. It's all been reversed on ya. Realise the covert operators, they're the ones with OCD, they're the ones with clinical depression, they're the ones who are doing abnormal, out of the ordinary, human behavioural, everyday sociology living, because they're not living. They're creeping around and think they can justify looking to people's homes. They're like, oh, the technologies using the armed forces, they're washing targets like they war criminals, who are watching targets like the enemies, and now everyone realise they are the ones in the wrong, and they have to be arrested and imprisoned under the Geneva Convention and the Nuremberg Treaty because they're using armed forces technologies, and that's a war crime in itself. So covert operators realise we're up against it. They're going to imprison as many of you as possible. Hey, I mean, we hope you're going down.